Employee misclassification is one of the most common ways employers commit wage theft across the country.
If you are running your own business, you set the terms, prices, times, and places for your work. You supervise yourself. If you aren't doing that, you should be paid at least minimum wage in Denver.
Every worker in Denver, regardless of income, is protected by our wage laws. We ensure workers don't have their wages stolen. We make sure people are paid at least the minimum wage. And on city projects, we hold companies accountable for prevailing wages and federal pay rates. But sometimes employers try to find loopholes by treating their workers as independent contractors, especially in gig work industries.
Gig work usually involves flexible or temporary work assignments performed by workers classified as independent contractors. However, even part-time or short-term workers are protected by Denver and Colorado law if they're actually employees.
When employees are misclassified as independent contractors, they are denied critical workplace protections and frequently have their wages stolen. They often suffer minimum wage and overtime violations, can't take paid rest breaks, and don't receive paid sick leave. If they get injured, they can't take advantage of workers' compensation. If they lose their jobs, they aren't protected by unemployment insurance.
Among the groups most vulnerable to wage theft are undocumented workers, migrants, people of color, and women. Denver's wage protections help ensure these individuals and others are not exploited by employers and help get workers every dollar they earn.
In the first 9 months of 2024, Denver Labor issued 2 determinations finding gig staffing company Instawork and its subsidiary misclassified thousands of workers and therefore broke Denver's wage laws tens of thousands of times. The workers involved were doing frontline jobs like bartending, serving, dishwashing, general labor, and cleaning across the city. The workers use Instawork's app to find jobs, but they did not have independence when it comes to things like what to wear, how much to charge for their work, or even whether they could use their cell phone on the job. These are all examples of an employer exerting control over a worker, proof that these individuals were misclassified.
We found when staffing companies like this one illegally misclassify and underpay their employees, they are undercutting fair competition and harming good employers in a decades-old industry throughout Denver. Employee misclassification is a persistent problem in many of our economy's growth industries. Home care, janitorial, trucking, delivery, construction, personal services, hospitality and restaurants, and, more recently, in rapidly growing app-dispatched jobs. Wage theft is a disservice to our whole community. It harms workers who are paying rent, buying food, and taking care of their families. It harms fair competition for industries and employers who have been the backbone of Denver for decades. And it harms our social safety net like unemployment, Social Security, and Medicaid. We're here to help fight employee misclassification and wage theft. Anyone who thinks they're being underpaid should contact us today at denvergov.org/wage-theft. Well, that's it for this episode of Ask the Auditor. If you have a question, submit it to auditor@denvergov.org, and maybe your question will be the next question we answer on the next episode of Ask the Auditor.